Hey, what's going on? Quis here for Sports Vibes TV, and I'm here live with my guy Inf, and we're talking about the Knicks' recent win against the Pelicans. And RJ Barrett just had a phenomenal game for us. RJ, I'm calling you RJ. I want too many rotors. Inf, how was the game?
Listen, man, the game was saved thanks to RJ, son. It got real scary towards the end. 3 minutes to go, they start coming back. I was getting real reminiscent of that Chicago game, and just like that Chicago game, RJ closed it out for us.
I mean, not just the Chicago game, but it seems like the Knicks have an issue closing in the final quarters in multiple games. It's been the Celtics, it's been the Chicago Bulls, it's also been against the Orlando Magic. Luckily for us, the Bulls and the Celtics weren't able to mount comebacks like the Pelicans tonight, but we had the game against the Magic where the opposing team was able to mount a comeback. So luckily, we had RJ Barrett out there balling for us. I got his stats pulled up. RJ Barrett with a new career high. He went out there, went 12 of 18 from the field, 6 of 8 from the three-point line. He had 35 points in total, but it also wasn't just a scoring game for RJ Barrett. He contributed in other areas, had 8 rebounds, and also had 6 assists. And I think this is pretty interesting here for the channel, because in our last live stream, I said the game against the Chicago Bulls was going to be a launching point for RJ Barrett, and where we would see him perform very well in a stretch of games. And I think for him to come out against the Pelicans tonight and put on the kind of performance that he did, I think it's extremely encouraging for Knicks fans. I know a lot of fans have been clamoring and saying RJ Barrett needs to step up. Well, we've had 2 games where RJ Barrett has been vital in this team winning. And, we can also go back to the Boston Celtics game where he was crucial with those 19 points in the second half. So I'm very happy with what I've been seeing from RJ Barrett. You guys let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about the performance? Anything else that jumped off the screen for you? I mean, RJ Barrett was scoring in a multitude of ways. He was knocking down the three. Like I said, he was 6 to 8 from the three-point line, and he was also finishing in the paint. So these are all good signs for us as Knicks fans. These are things that we wanted to see RJ get better at. He got better at the three, getting better at finishing at the rim, and now he's also showing signs of being a pretty good facilitator. So if anything else jump out to you?
Nah, just the facilitation. Like, he had what, 10 assists? 10?
Nah, 10 is actually, he had 6.
6? Oh, it was 10 rebounds, right? Something like that.
8 rebounds.
Well, whatever. 6 assists. Like, RJ, he barely gets 3. So the fact that he was finding, because, he does what he got to do. So the fact that he was finding people because he started getting doubled because he was killing this team, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Salute Anodi, salute Big Task at Hand. Yeah, we out here, man.
Also, let us know if you can hear the audio well. As you can see, I'm not in my usual spot. Came over, watched the game with Inf, so just chopping it up for you with you guys for about 20 minutes. Enjoying the good vibes here on Sports Vibes TV. The Knicks are now 5-1, people. 5-1. We've been off to a phenomenal start. The game tonight, I think, was a great game overall. We once again started to let the Pelicans come back late in that fourth quarter, but I think you saw the ball movement. You saw this team was clearly better than the New Orleans Pelicans. We should have won this game by more than 6 points. Julius Randle had an off night, but the ball moved. Julius Randle for the night, 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 from the three-point line. He had 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. And he was moving the ball. There were some bad shots, especially late in the fourth quarter, that I wasn't a fan of. But for the most part, I think Julius Randle didn't force up too much. Only had 2 turnovers as well. That's down from the 4 turnovers he had against the Chicago Bulls. If anything stick out to you when it comes to Julius Randle?
The main thing about Julius Randle is, like, this season, if he's having a bad game, he won't just keep taking bad shots. Like you said, he's 4 for 9, meaning he knew that he was kind of off. So he stopped after 9 shots. He made sure he was passing the ball. He maybe didn't show in his assists, but if this was 2K, he would have gotten the past 2 assists.
Like it's my player.
Yeah, like it would. He's doing what he needs to do, and I like the fact that he's being unselfish with his play and putting the team first and making sure that we win. Also, salute Lex the Destroyer. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, solid win for the Knicks. Also, it wasn't just RJ and Julius Randle. We had contributions from Evan Fournier, 6 of 14 from the field, 5 of 8 from the three-point line, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 steals. He had a full game, 19 points. Evan Fournier has been a solid addition to this team. as you guys know, if you've been watching the channel for a while, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Evan Fournier signing, but if he's going to continue to perform like this, knocking down critical three-pointers throughout the game. Also, we were talking about it, like you mentioned, when Reggie was with us, he wasn't able to put the ball on the floor like Evan Fournier. So we were able to see Evan Fournier put the ball on the floor, force defenses to react, and he's making solid reads and getting the ball in the right hands of his teammates. So Fournier's doing his thing. Yep. I've been a fan of that addition. Anything you wanted to add to Evan Fournier? Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, even if he's not making buckets down the stretch, he's making them at points where we need to. Like, he's the type that the opposing team, they'll go on like a 2, 3, 4 possession run, and then Fournier comes in and he will make a three. So, again, even if he's not scoring in the fourth, he's literally making buckets to stop runs when we need him to. And so he's critical to us doing good. Also, salute Knicks 100. Salute, man. Yeah.
Knicks 100 a game, Nudie, Big Task, King Barry, he's saying we should win by more points.
King Brazy.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm blind. King Brazy saying we should win by more points. You got to learn how to take our foot off the gas when we get big leads. Yeah, that's a Snapple fact. This team does have they have at times taken their foot off the gas, and it's something that we're gonna need Tibbs to get these guys out of that habit. But luckily for us, it's only resulted in one loss, which, to be honest, is probably the worst loss we're going to have all season. You would hope. If the Magic loss is the worst loss we've had all season, and it's going to be a great season for us. But hopefully this team, as they start to gel, start to get more faith in each other out there on the court, we're going to see them perform much better. We saw in the fourth quarter, they gave the ball to RJ a lot, and RJ was able to perform for us, knock down a three, got into the paint. He was a facilitator at times. I really liked what RJ Barrett was doing for us out there. Do I expect him to have a similar performance every night? No, but as a fan of this team, it's nice to know that RJ Barrett has this in him. He's career high and only his third year in the league. So I'm very hype about that. I hope he's able to build upon this game going into we play Toronto next, I believe. So hopefully he's able to carry upon this phenomenal performance.
And the Knicks are undefeated on the road. We are still undefeated on the road. That means when we go into somebody's building, they better be worried because the Knicks, we here.
Thank you. All right, let's see. Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker had a phenomenal game as well, too. I might be using the word phenomenal a little too loosely.
He did. Kemba did. You can't, what Kemba did for us, he started the game off with the three. Like, he right off the gate, he's like, no, we taking this game serious. He started the spark, and then I believe every single starter scored before we even missed the shot, just to start the game off, and that was led by Kemba. So, Kemba, he's doing what he got to do, man.
Yeah, he's setting the table for this team as the point guard. That's all you can ask. He had a phenomenal game. 6 of 11 from the field, 4 of 7 from three-point line, 3 or 4 from the free throw line. He had 19 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and get this, people, 4 steals. Now, a lot of people have been saying Kemba Walker was going to be a problem defensively, and at times there are lapses here and there. But if he's going to be picking opponents' pockets and intercepting passes 4 times a game, I think you got to be happy about that. You have to be ecstatic with the way he's performing out there, and he's giving it to us offensively. So as fans of this team, I'm hype about this Kemba Walker acquisition. I expect him to only get better and better as he starts to get acclimated with this team. And with the shooters we have on this team, even today, we didn't shoot crazy. We didn't put up a lot of threes. But if you look at our percentage, we put up 33 threes and we made 19. So we shot 57.6 from the three-point line. And if we're going to continue to shoot like that, I don't really see any team out there beating us, especially a depleted Pelicans team that didn't have Zion and they didn't have Brandon Ingram.
No, facts. My only concern about this game, which isn't even a concern because we won, but Obi, like, why is he not getting minutes? Like, what happened all of a sudden? Because even in the minutes that he did play, he had 2 rebounds, he had 2 blocks. Like, if you get 2 blocks in 5 minutes, clearly you're playing defense. So, what is Tibbs doing? Like, play Obi. Come on, man. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, he didn't give Obi as many minutes as I would have liked, especially seeing that Julius Randle wasn't clicking on all cylinders offensively. You would have liked to see Obi get more minutes. Same thing with Quick. I think Quick is still searching out there, trying to find his game. going to take some time, so I'm not too concerned, but you would have liked to see them get a little bit more minutes. But I understand if Tibbs had a quick pull on both of those players, especially seeing that the Pelicans, for some reason, were just hanging on. Even though it seemed like the game was we were going to put the game out of reach, it seems like every time we're in those positions, the team just hang on. We allow them to kind of nag. They're like that fruit fly at the barbecue, always flying around, you know? They stick around there, and we've got to figure ways to put these teams away early so we don't have to sweat it out towards the end of the game. But would have liked to see Obi get some more minutes. Same thing with Quick. If you look at the second unit didn't have the greatest game outside of Taj Gibson. I think Gibson is earning his money. I was a little bit upset when we signed him for the minimum, and then we gave him twice the amount of money almost. Yeah. But he's earning his paycheck. Right? No, I'm bugging.
Nah, he is. Except, I mean, listen, man. This is 2 games back to back now where the Knicks are getting destroyed in the paint. Like Valanciunas, wild. He wilded out. How many points Valanciunas had?
Valanciunas, he had 27 points. He went 10 of 15 from the field.
When has he ever done that?
1 of 3 from 3-point. Well, 14 rebounds and 4 assists. He had a hell of a game. I mean, they really didn't have anybody else on the court to do much. So the offense flowed through Valanciunas. You would have liked if we were able to shut him down. I would have liked if I had him in fantasy with that kind of stat line. You mean 27, 14, and he shot 10 of 15 from the field. That's 66%. So he was balling.
I know Memphis got to be tight watching him play like this because they just gave him away for free, basically.
For Steven Adams. And it's not like Steven Adams was on the cheap. So I really don't understand that move.
But no, we need to do something because last season our defense, like we made it difficult for people to get into the paint. Like it was hard for them to score on us. So we need to get back to whatever we was doing last season. Yeah, because this is 2 games back to back where
we've had some issues stopping people in the paint. So looking at the stat sheet, we've also got Mitchell Robinson that we've got to mention. He was just solid. I mean, Valanciunas did drop a lot of his points on Mitch, but I think Mitch did a solid job trying to stay, trying to defend. You know, I would have liked Mitch to step out on a couple more of those threes that Valanciunas was able to put up, but I'm not too concerned with Mitch's defense. It was solid out there. Not anything that I can think of that really stuck out to me that said, hey, Mitch, you got to correct this, other than putting a hand up on on contesting threes. And that's something Mitch has to work on for a while. So nothing really crazy out there. So like I said, he had 8 points, 3 of 3 from the field, 5 rebounds. Would have liked to see a couple blocks here or there, but, you know, that's how the game goes. I think overall, we played a solid game. Great game for the Knicks, especially seeing that we were off to this hot start. I mean, if the Knicks are able to continue to play like this, we could very well hit JD's 50 burger and beyond. So I'm extremely sorry if I'm laughing too much, man. We were enjoying ourselves during the game. Had a couple Coronas, so a little nice. I'm enjoying the win. High off life right now.
No, that's a fact, man.
Bro, this team's gonna be hard to beat. I didn't expect us to be this good heading into the season. We'll probably have a live stream where we will recap the first month that we had a live stream where we were talking about what the wins loss would be for each month. So we'll probably do a recap of that just to see where we are. But I expected the Knicks to get off to a good start, but I didn't expect us to be at the point where we could have potentially been undefeated in the month of October. I mean, I know we had the easy games against Orlando. We would have expected us to win those. But then you look at the game against Boston. You look against the game against the Celtics. You would have thought, all right, we might lose one of those games.
You said look at the game against Boston, and then you look at the game against the Celtics.
Oh, I mean, the game against the Bulls. I'm set tripping.
No, yeah, I mean, honestly, because when we did that call, it was obviously before the season, and it was also before the Ben Simmons drama. So I thought that the Philly game was going to be a loss for us. So, we out here, man. We are that team to beat right now. Like, we were just talking upstairs, like, the Knicks have the potential, with everything that's going on, to be the division leaders at the end of the season. As long as, the A keeps calling these fouls the way that they are, Harden shouldn't go off. And if Kyrie don't play, we the division champs. Come on, man. Like, ain't nobody beating the Knicks like this.
I don't see Philly having a better season than us if they don't get proper compensation for Ben Simmons. New Jersey, well, not New Jersey, I'm still calling them New Jersey. Brooklyn, they got a lot going on. They've got Kyrie, they've got to deal with. They've got James Harden, who looks to be out of shape and he's not getting the foul calls. I don't think we have to worry too much about Toronto.
I don't think they're going to be. I don't even think that they're going to be a play-in team.
Yeah, so I really don't see where teams, if they're not going to be whole, are going to be able to compete with us night in and night out. Because also you got to look at Tibbs. Tibbs is not going to allow this team to take too many nights off. Even though in spurts you've seen this team kind of take their foot off the gas. But for the most part, we won the Boston game. We won the Bulls game. We were able to come out unscathed. So I expect this Knicks team to continue to have solid performances throughout this year. And I'm just hyped as a Knicks fan. I mean, bro, 5-1. When was the last time we were 5-1? 2012, 2013? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, when we had Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah, when we had Jason Kidd, Melo.
Yeah. That was the year of Hurricane Sandy.
You know how long that was? Hurricane Sandy?
We started the season 7-0 that season. We should have won. We got 50 games. And we swept the Heat that season too. That's the year we should have won.
Anudi's funny. He said Henny on deck. I got to drive home, so no hard liquor. I was just having a couple beers. Let's see what else.
But nah, yo, like you were saying about Tibbs, like, because we were just talking upstairs saying that, like, what is Tibbs doing with these rotations and not playing Obi? But it's just like, we can't even complain because he's getting the wins. Like,
yes, true, yeah.
We've had other coaches where they would play the rookies and stuff, but we were terrible. Tibbs, he's doing what he got to do to get the wins, and it's showing because he's getting the wins, so can't even be mad about it.
Yeah, I mean, he was a little weird the way he put McBride in with about like 3 seconds. He likes doing that for some reason. He puts in the rookies with about 3 or 4 seconds left on the clock, I guess, for quick defensive substitutions. I would like to see a little bit more from them. So hopefully the Knicks can perform a little bit better in these late game situations. So that way we can have these massive leads. So we can get McBride and Grimes some more minutes out there. I would have liked to see us, because be honest, we won by a few points against the Pelicans, but they didn't have the talent on there to really score 100-some-odd points. I'm not sure how they were able to do that against us. We got to be a lot better defensively if we're going up against teams that have more talent than the New Orleans Pelicans, who were without both Zion and Brandon Ingram. But overall, you know, I'm not going to nitpick too much. This was a phenomenal game. And you look at Zion, I don't know when Zion's going to be able to play. He's not playing in 2021, if you ask me. They showed highlights of him jogging up and down the court before the game. I don't really see him being available to them.
That wasn't even up and down the court. That was side to side. That was from one corner to the other.
You're right. Yeah. So
and he was looking horrible.
Yeah. It looked like he was still happy. He had a little wobble to him, a little limp. He's dealing with the same injury that Mitchell Robinson is dealing with. So it's going to be a long journey, I guess, for Pelicans fans. All I can say is I'm glad with who we got in the draft, because one of them was sitting on the bench and the other one was dropping 35. You feel me?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, what's going on with the chat? Why is there so much IQ hate? Trade IQ for Reddish before people realize he sucks. Get rid of IQ and Mitch. Both got to go.
Really?
Yo, come on, man.
Canal saying Mitch is a monster. Free Grimes, lock up IQ. IQ's going to get it together. I think we just have to give IQ some time. It's only been 6 games, you know? It's been 6. 5-1. Yeah, 6 games.
On, man. Like, think of all that IQ did for us last season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and once he touched the court, everybody was like hype and saying that he should be the starter. And come on, man. Like, let's give him some time. Let's let him get into the motion. Who knows what he did in the offseason? Like,
well, I do, because I uploaded the videos on the channel. He's been putting in the work. His shots just haven't dropped yet. And I think at some point he's gonna find a groove. I think you look at RJ. RJ's shot wasn't dropping at points throughout the season, throughout the first 6 games, and he's been able to find it in the last 2. So hopefully IQ is able to have the same sort of luck out there to have the game where he's able to explode and start feeling good. I think what's positive about this team is we're so deep that we don't we're so deep that Emmanuel quickly doesn't have to stress himself out there and try to force the issue to try to make things happen. Last season, if IQ was still in the same slump, it would have been a different issue, because we really relied heavily on IQ with that second unit to get things going, because Obi wasn't performing the way he's been performing so far. You have Nerlens Noel, doesn't give you much out there on offense. So if Quick is able to figure things out this season, I think you look at the potential of this team, man, we're going to be extremely, extremely hard to beat. Like, Emmanuel quickly, if you look at his game and what he's able to do from the 3-point line, like, this team is breaking records, knocking down threes, And arguably the best 3-point shooter is not hitting them down efficiently. So imagine when IQ was able to figure things out there. Yeah. And imagine when Julius Randle was able to put together back-to-back great performances, because he's had back-to-back performances where his play has kind of dipped from what we expect from him normally. So imagine Julius Randle having a game where he's firing on all cylinders. You got Emmanuel quickly who still has to figure things out. Obi really didn't do too much this game. And, Alec Burks was all right. He's pretty decent. I know I've been bashing him.
Not even
they say I'm bashing him.
We've been criticizing his
game. We're just critiquing his game. I think I'm favoring all my analysis and critiques. I'm trying to be unbiased.
Based off his play of last season, we have a certain expectation, and he hasn't been playing to that expectation.
Yeah, so
that's all it is.
So,
but he had a good game today.
Yeah, he had a pretty solid game today. I won't say anything bad about Burks for the most part. So this team's still trying to learn how to play together, and I think the fact that we're able to start building this cushion in the beginning of the season is going to bode well. I want everybody to check this portion of this calendar once we hit February and March, because once we get into those games against teams like Utah, teams like Denver, you would assume the Lakers are going to figure it out at some point. We're going to have to rely on some of these games that we've built our cushion in order to keep our standing. You're not worried about it? You think we're going to be all right?
The Lakers? Come on, man.
You never know, man. But look, a team with LeBron, and I know they got Brickbrook turning the ball over left and right, but
in the last game, LeBron turned it over more than Westbrook. Come on, man. The Lakers won 2 games and they were saved by Melo. And come on, man.
Well, you think Melo's not going to be motivated when we play him?
No.
All right, we'll see. I think Melo still feels some type of way.
Melo's had his fair share of sketchy games in the Garden. We all are aware of that. So come on, man. As long as he comes in as regular Melo of late, we'll be fine.
I hear you. I think, let's see. Michael West sent out a super sticky. I'm about to say sticky, like Roger Sticky. Like Roger, what is his name? Roger Sticky? Can't remember his name.
Oh, game over.
2:00. What's the name?
No. That's what Michael West sent. Michael
West, thank you for the support. Appreciate your support with the super sticker. He actually put me on the super sticker. I didn't know we had those.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a sticker, and you can donate to the channel.
Oh yeah, that's lit.
And maybe we can try to have more shows on the road with higher quality. I thank you guys for tuning in. This is like a makeshift show on the road. I wish we could have did the full stream, but the way things are set up, I didn't know if we would be able to stream longer than 30, 45 minutes. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's a great game. Great game.
We out here, man. RJ Barrett. If you don't know, now you know.
Canal is saying Zion for Knox.
I'll do it. I mean, Zion sitting on the bench, Kevin Knox sitting on the bench. At least one has potential.
Yeah. Yeah. True. That's funny. Mitch ain't no monster. He's just tall and can jump high. Mitch is a beast. When Mitch is out of the game, a team's offensive game plan changes completely. But they can't attack the paint the same way they do with Mitch in the paint, because he's going to alter shots, he's going to block shots, and if you try to pass it and it's within his reach, you'll intercept the pass and steal it.
I think Valanciunas will have to say otherwise.
Listen, Valanciunas is a solid player. He'll get you 20 and 10 every game. Yeah.
Nah, he won't. He will not get you 20 and 10 every game.
Not every game, but more games than not.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you.
Valanciunas has never once been talked about as a crazy offensive center. He's never been mentioned as a top 10
because that's where he is. Look where he was. He was in Memphis before and Toronto. Yeah,
he won a chip.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
People got a lot of respect for Jonas Valanciunas. I don't know why you don't respect him.
It's not that I don't respect him. Clearly,
if I ever have the ability to get him in fantasy, I'm getting him because he can put up 20 and 10, double.
I mean, against Mitch, he can. He could put up 27 and 14
against most starters. I think he had a solid game a few nights before. I think he's the leading scorer. But if I gotta pull up the stats, it's either him or Ingram. But they've been balling with Zion in his absence.
That's crazy, son.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got going on here. Salute. Canal is saying the defense is better when he's playing. I'm assuming that's Mitch. Silly Knicks fans wanted to trade RJ. Can't listen to fans. Facts.
No, that's a fact. I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta wait. You gotta allow players to develop,
especially when you draft them that early. I mean, look how many chances we gave Knox.
Mm-hmm. And we dropped the Knox, 8? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and we gave him 4 years of just no improvement.
Well, 3, because now he's not even hitting the court this season.
Yeah, and then watch him go to another team
and kill.
Yeah.
Oh, that would suck. I'll be happy for him.
I would hate it. No, I wouldn't.
But that would suck.
Like, why didn't you do this in practice?
Well, then you stay with the coaching staff.
Nah, because we brought a coach specifically for him.
That's true. Kenny Payne pulled up from Kentucky.
And clearly, like we stated, like there has to be something going on in practice that he's not doing that is resulting in him not getting minutes.
That's true.
Because it's not like Tibbs looks at him as a rookie. Because he's not.
You never know. He's a 4-year. Well, the way maybe his understanding of the game, he might look at him as a rookie. I think that's some things people said was an issue with Kevin Knox coming in. He's gonna have to mature, get a better understanding of the game, and Calipari said it was gonna take 2-3 years.
It's been more than that.
Yeah, it's been more than that. Somebody needs to reach out to Calipari and ask what he thinks now. Does he still think it'll take 3, 4, 5? Because we got to figure this out.
He gonna say, I don't know.
You're like, I don't know, man. I had him for a couple years at Kentucky. I can't speak for what he's doing in the NBA at this point.
He might end up out the league if he don't get it together.
Facts.
I think we need to play the OB and rookies to see if they can close out games better. I believe Sims has more skills and will be better than Mitch, Noel, and Taj.
I don't know about
first
all that.
off, yeah, you are. Put some respect on Taj because Taj is
the one you want to defend?
Yeah. Because he's on a super reasonable contract, not expecting anything more than that, regardless of what he does this season.
Yeah, that's true.
Mitch, I'm sure in his mind, he still wants that Jared Allen money. I know he do. He wants that 5-year $100 million.
Who wouldn't sign me for 5-year $100 million? I'll sweep floors. What? Give me an occupation. I'll do that for 5 years, $100 million. Yeah, but I don't think Sims.
I mean, I haven't seen enough of him, and I don't watch college ball, so I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't think Sims is more talented. I think he's just an athletic freak, so he's gonna have to work on some of his technique, both offensively and defensively. There's a lot to work on with Jericho Sims, but luckily, I think we have a coaching staff that has shown we're a lot better with player development. Wow, my violin.
Canal said Knox is 4 years away from being 4 years away.
Yo, that was a good one. I gotta put that on the screen. Where'd you find that one?
Yes, that's near the bottom, son. That's near the bottom.
That's crazy. Knox is 4 years away from being 4 years away. That's a good one. I lost my train of thought. What were we discussing at that point?
No, that's the funniest comment of the night, son. What were we talking about? Mitch? Because he's also saying Monster Mitch Max is 54 and he deserves that. Oh, $54 million for 4 years? Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, that's reasonable. That's what Robert Williams, Randle Carter, players like that.
That's fine. But Mitch, in his mind, wants that Jared Allen money. He wants that 5 years, $100 million.
Well, everybody would want 5 years, $100 million. You can't fault them.
No, you can't fault them.
Yeah,
it's just like you have to look at your tenure as a Knick. Do you deserve it? No.
When he's on the court.
Look at your tenure as a Knick.
Listen, I don't think there's too many centers in the league that are really worth Jared Allen money. But
I don't even think Jared Allen.
He's not worth Jared Allen money. He's a solid center, but I don't know if I'm paying a center that type of money.
They stuck with him.
Yeah. But they've been doing good so far. The Cavs, they've been pretty decent. Mobley's been all right.
Nah, they got a nice young core.
Yeah, they got a nice young squad.
Yeah. In like 3 years, they're gonna be decent. They're gonna still lose to the Knicks, but they'll be decent.
Yeah, they gonna catch an L from us. They're gonna catch an L from us. Let's see what's going on.
They got a lot of young talent. Yeah, they got Mobley. They got.
How many likes are in? Because I can't check YouTube Studio because I'm on location.
I gotta exit this out. It says 0.
Guys, do us a solid. Make sure you smash that like button. I can't see it right now, but I'm pretty sure there's probably more people in the chat than like. So do us a solid. Smash that like button. And if you aren't subscribed, now would be a great time to do so. Normally, the setup was a little bit different, but we're enjoying the game, man. It's a Saturday night. I gotta have fun sometimes. You know, I can't be in the house all day, every day, recording videos and streaming.
Word, had to take a trip out to see me. What's up? Yeah, man.
Anudi is saying Mitch is my best friend.
He gotta be.
I don't know if the feelings mutual.
Ever since he took that pick with Mitch, that's it.
That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah.
I took that pick with Mitch in August. If you go further back in the channel, you'll see I've been talking about Mitch positively and saying we need to extend the guy. Meeting him, I think was just cool. Getting to know him a little bit, say what's up. But I've always had the same, belief that Mitch is a solid starting center. I think if we can get him for a reasonable price and lock him down, then we won't have to worry about that center position, at least that starting center. You've got Nerlens Noel making $10 to $12 million, and we've got the means, if we need to, move off from him and bring in Jericho Sims to back him up if he's able to develop and be a backup center for us. So I like the idea of giving Mitch a long-term deal and making him that anchor of our defense long-term.
Well, here's an interesting comment from Knicks 100 a game. He says Mitch has 17 rebounds in 3 games. Keep in mind, Jonas Valanciunas has 14 rebounds tonight against Mitch.
I hear you, but didn't Mitch have 17 rebounds in what game was it? The Celtics? I can't remember what game it was. It was the Celtics or the Magic?
I definitely can't remember.
He had 17 rebounds. It was either the Celtics game or the Magic game. He had 17 rebounds. He was decent.
But in the last 3 games combined, he has 17.
Well, you got to also remember the last game, Julius Randle had 16 rebounds. So Julius Randle grabbing 16 rebounds. How many more rebounds are going to be there left for everybody else on the team? Yeah, like 9 or 7 or something.
Remember the game where Kemba had 8 rebounds? That was wild. I'm just saying.
Ashley Inc. 1 is saying, I think Ayton and Wiseman deserve $100 million for 5. Well,
Ayton definitely not, which is why he didn't get it.
Wiseman hasn't been on the court like that. The Warriors, I got him in fantasy. The Warriors haven't played him much last season. They said he wasn't
because he got injured last season.
He got injured toward the end, but even in the beginning, they didn't give him many minutes. It was like he was still learning the game. Draymond Green was trying to pull him under his wing and teach him a little bit, but for the most part, he didn't really get too much action last season. So I don't know if I go out there and give him that type of money. He still has to prove that he can be.
I mean, he's a rookie. Like, he's not going to be talking about his contract now, but he's still got at least 2 years? 2 years?
2 years before he hits free.
Yeah, so but Ayton's available for an extension right now, and Suns ain't with it. Like, they are not on the same length. I don't know. He probably gonna get that 4-year, 50-something mil. Like, that's gonna be the offer for him.
And SB Nation, guess who's about to be ready for an extension too? RJ Barrett. And guess what? He just dropped 35 points. So if we do have to go out there and give him a decent bag, if he's performing like this, I'm gonna feel a lot more comfortable about doing it. Because I think this was an extremely important year, seeing that we have to make that decision come next year if we're gonna extend him or allow him to become a restricted free agency. And we already know the Knicks' history on re-signing our own players. We haven't re-signed one, I think, since Charlie Ward. So I would hope Mitch and RJ are the 2 players that we're able to extend on contracts that are homegrown players that the fan base, has become pretty fond of. One more than the other when it comes to you.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if we can get them on reasonable deals, then I'm here for it. I'm interested to see what RJ will do, being like after seeing what Julius Randle did. Will RJ be more open to taking, obviously still a lot of money, but not a full max that he's worth, to make sure that we can get or keep good talent on the team? Or is he just gonna give me the bag and that's it?
RJ is gonna ask for the bag. He's gonna have to convert it to Canadian dollars, man. He's gonna lose some money there. He's definitely going for the bag.
I mean, because look, thanks to what Randle did, we were able to add Kemba, Fournier. Like, we were able to we're better than we were last season.
A lot better.
Just through this.
A lot better.
And a lot of that's due to the fact that Randle still got his over $100 million, but didn't get what he could get
on the open market. Yep. 100% facts. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. I know this is not the regular setup, but tried to make it as professional and as good sounding as we could. Thank you guys for subscribing, tuning in, smashing that like button, and supporting the channel. Definitely appreciate all the support you guys give the channel. None of this is possible without you guys, your support. So thank you. And anything you want to add before we sign off?
RJ is our closer. That's it. 2 games in a row. RJ is our closer. That's it. RJ Barrett, you heard it here first.
All right, so you heard it there from Inf. I'm Quis. That's Inf. This is Sports Vibes TV, and in about 5 seconds we'll be out because I gotta go over the computer and put the screen on. So give us 1 second. All right, we're out. Boom.